I want to ask my question here. Emile Bilvey just got appointed as a federal appeals judge. Mr. Wilson, Trump is doing everything he can to, one, wreak havoc on our justice system, turn this into another Viktor Orban, Putin-like state. 3, at what point is he going to start going after his political enemies? So while Trump is creating all these distractions and distortions, something else is going on behind the scenes no one is paying attention to. Look at that executive order Trump just signed. That is a big telltale of what's coming, because in that executive order, and I'm hoping I can do one later today, in that executive order, if I understand it right, about removing the homeless and throwing them into these concentration camps, let's call it what it is, it's a fucking concentration camp, and they're kidnapping people, they're not disappearing people, because that's a fucking magic act. This is kidnapping. This is abduction. I'm not monetized, I don't give a fiddle as fuck. Our representatives, our elected representatives, are doing jack shit. Oh, Chuck Schumer writing a very strongly worded letter. Yeah, pound it up your fucking ass. I'm sure that's what Trump said too at that point. But the thing is, in that executive order, it also mentions people of with mental disabilities, and I believe it also said LGBTQIA+. I don't think they were that gracious to put the whole thing in there, but you get my point. LGBTQ community, anyone. And it's interesting that they put it next to mental disabilities, because anyone who knows anything about psychological history, it wasn't until, I want to say mid-60s, late 60s, that finally the American Psychiatric Association finally came to their senses and realized, well, how is it that half the population, or whatever the percentage was at that moment in time, said, when they made the decision, that it was not a psychiatric disorder. And that's only because of the data. My point is, with all these distractions, that was interesting. That caught my attention. So now I ask the question again, Mr. Wilson. When should the trans community, my community, and I'm just a middle-aged trans woman wearing sensible shoes who pretty much buys off the rack. So I'm pretty vanilla. But my fear isn't. My fear for everybody else who's closest to me in my life is real. I guess sometimes in the midst of all this, sometimes we need to hear our fears are founded, our fears are not founded. Just because we're trans doesn't mean we're not human, we don't bleed. Believe me, we didn't ask to be put in this position to begin with. It's not our fault. Our brains and our bodies are completely different. And for those of you that want to argue the science, yeah, there is science. I think it was Professor Robert Polosky, I think it is. I will try to find it and put it in the comments, in the description of this video. Watch it. Because my community is being tormented by petty, bigoted biases. So, Mr. Wilson, I know it's not sexy to you or to what's going on in news media, but it's coming. All I'm asking is, can you help a trans woman out and figure out which end is up, which end is down, and which end is right or left? Because trying to navigate the waters lately, it's getting kind of hard. Especially when you're trying to figure out when is it time to pull the ripcord and say, oh shit. I already have my opinion at this point, but I'm still curious to know, sir, if you think my fears are founded. I hope this finds you well. I hope it finds Maya well. And until then, It's not trashy, it's classy. I'll catch you on the flip side. To delay myself out.